I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. No doubts, no questions, no comments, it just is. I was going through my scripts, my old videos and stuff like that, and I had this video up here before, but I didn't have the full version of this editing software, so it looked all choppy and it had the whole watermark on it. So I just decided to revisit it again and kind of revamp it a little bit and put a little new 2019 spin on it. And essentially what this video is I had an idea one day, Saiyans, they're kind of like athletes if you think about it, like real world athletes. They bodybuild, they fight. Now I figured, you know what, that's actually not a bad idea. Let's look at that a little bit. Let's take some time, let's research and see where it goes, and maybe, just maybe, by the end of this video you might just see where I'm coming from. Some of the world's greatest athletes are born with high levels of athletic and physical potential and are able to hone and bring out that potential and transform it into excellent performance. The Saiyans as a whole race have both of these qualities. There is no one gene that determines athletic potential. However, there can be specific sets of advantageous genes and important physiologic, anatomic, and biochemical parameters that favor athletic potential. Examples in Dragon Ball can include the Saiyan Senkai boost, or their access to Super Saiyan in both grade ape transformations if the right conditions are met, as well as just their overall base stats. Evolution has shaped body types around the world based on environment, so there's a verified link between, I'm gonna really try hard to say this correct, race and ethnicity and athletic performance. Thank God I made that through. One could argue that the Saiyan's latent potential and power output is a result of that evolution, and Goku's family tree is a great place to start. Bardock was exceptionally strong for his generation, just like Goku, and Gohan is even more potential than both of them. Once a player unlocks or is able to access their high talent or ability, they create a tier list or a divide between what a great player and what a good player is, and all the great players control the pace and play style of the game. The star players of any sport, or the best or most well-known video game players, are the first to define where the path of the landscape of the game and the community goes. The Super Saiyan transformation itself could apply to real athletes' skill and potential output. The first form is triggered through intense emotional anger and takes a huge amount of energy, but grants the Saiyan a 50 times power boost. There are versions that have forced increases in muscle mass and power output. However, these false power-ups also make the Saiyan much slower and have higher energy usage. Those are grade 2 and grade 3. When Goku and Gohan trained in the hyperbolic time chamber, they decided to allow their bodies to get used to the transformation, which in turn unlocked full power Super Saiyan, which gets rid of the angry nature, major energy usage, and strain on the body, allowing them to only go higher if they need to. Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 are unlocked through training and time, so it's not really an emotional response, except in Gohan's case. Also, Super Saiyan 3 puts an enormous strain on the body, and since then, Goku rarely uses this form, seeing as it's no longer needed. He has much better forms, including Super Saiyan God, which unlocked a new realm of power that only gods can use. You can't even sense the energy, and Super Saiyan Blue just blends what you already know Super Saiyan to be and this new power. Every Saiyan goes through unique training programs for their body types, and they also have different motivations and journey, which help to bring up their unique power levels for each of them. Every character in the show, Saiyan or not, gets stronger at some point, but if you take a look at each of the Saiyans' programs, genetics, and their mindset/techniques, you can see how they reach their result and how they achieve stronger power, and you can say that an athlete goes through a similar journey. The main thing a Saiyan is known for: high combat skills, great battle sense. They built an entire society around fighting, and seeing as it's the most valuable quality, Saiyans are always among some of the strongest fighters in the group. In combination with their Zenkai boost and Super Saiyan transformation, as I stated earlier, Saiyans who are strong stay at the top, and as they get stronger, the gap to reach them gets wider. Goku is probably the closest thing that Dragon Ball will have to a star player. Goku has a reputation as the strongest fighter on Earth. He influences the other characters to either keep training, not give up, or to stop training because they won't ever catch up. Most of the villains or antagonists in the entire show either already know Goku and come to Earth specifically to fight him, or they get a chance to see how strong he is when they fight. When Goku fights a new opponent, he always impresses them with his ability no matter what. Just like a pro athlete, people know about Goku, they want to be better than him, some of the characters are motivated and or inspired by him, or they use him as a goal to reach, so on and so forth. I'm going to be the first to say it here, emotions are one of our biggest sources of power that we as humans have. I don't care what anybody says. Saiyans are no different, as they can use them all, but mainly anger to enhance their fighting ability and or trigger the Super Saiyan transformation. Now once they're transformed, they're in a heightened state of anger, which stated earlier uses a lot of energy, but it can also make the Saiyan more ruthless, primal, and arrogant, as well as more violent. If the Saiyan can train and focus all that emotional energy, they can then harness new forms and further enhance their fighting ability. And if you've ever watched an athlete channel their emotional state to enhance their performance, it's along the same lines. When you're angry, you're able to use that raw energy to do things that you probably wouldn't be able to do if you were calm. Not every person has the ability to do this, not every person can. It just makes people who are able to do that much better. Yo, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Like I always say, you don't have to be here, but you chose to be here, and I appreciate that, and I just want you to know that. Alright, this is the outro, so I'm going to make this very fast. I should have just told you what a Zenkai boost was, but I didn't, so here it is right now. Zenkai boost. Saiyan, they're fighting, they lose, they're about to die, they don't die, they get healed. Do however you want to do it, they get stronger from that fight. That's a Zenkai boost. Number 2, I own nothing of Dragon Ball. I don't own it. A lot of the music here, I don't own. The links that I got some of this research from will be down below in the description. I just wanted to put that there instead of just in the description. Alright, this is the outro. Like I said, I'll catch you on the next video. I've been talking long enough. Peace.